Overview of VA Form 21-534EZ Application for DIC, Survivor's Pension and/or Accrued Benefits, Part 1. This is Part 1 of a two-part video series. This part will provide a general overview and cover topics related to pages 1 through 5 of VA Form 21-534EZ. While there are over 21.8 million living veterans today that have served our country, VA has not forgotten the sacrifices made by our nation's fallen soldiers and their families. President Lincoln's second inaugural address so eloquently stated VA's obligation to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. Through VA's Dependency and Indemnity Compensation (DIC), Survivor's Pension, and Accrued Benefits, VA provides support to eligible survivors of military service members and veterans. VA now offers a way for survivors to obtain these benefits faster through the Fully Developed Claims or FDC program. This program uses new and simplified application forms that tell survivors exactly what records and documentation are required to support their claim. In this video, we will quickly walk through DIC and Survivor's Pension Benefits and VA Form 21-534EZ, Application for DIC, Death Pension and/or Accrued Benefits, which allows eligible survivors to file an FDC for DIC, Survivor's Pension and/or Accrued Benefits. We will also review what survivors need to know to accurately file an FDC, and provide important reminders and tips to ensure documentation is complete and ready for claim submission and review. DIC is a tax-free monetary benefit paid to eligible survivors of military service members who died in the line of duty, or eligible survivors of veterans whose death resulted from a service-related injury or disease, or who were rated totally disabled from their service-connected disabilities for a certain period of time. Survivors may include a spouse, unmarried children, and in some cases parents of certain deceased veterans. Information on eligibility requirements may be found at www.benefits.va.gov. To qualify for a DIC, a surviving spouse must generally have been married to a service member who died on active duty for training, or inactive duty training, or been married to a veteran for at least 1 year, or had a child with a veteran, and cohabited with a veteran continuously until the veteran's death, or if separated, was not at fault for the separation, and is not currently remarried. Note that if you are a surviving spouse and remarry on or after December 16, 2003, and on or after attaining age 57, then you are entitled to continue to receive DIC. If you are a surviving child, you are also eligible for DIC if you are not included on a surviving spouse's DIC, and unmarried, and under age 18 or between the ages of 18 and 23 and attending school. DIC claims by parents of a veteran are need-based, meaning that your income must be less than the limit established annually by law to qualify. Claims for survivor's pension are also filed on the VA 21-534EZ form. Survivor's pension is a tax-free monetary benefit payable to low-income unremarried surviving spouses and/or unmarried children of a deceased veteran with wartime service. To qualify for survivor's pension, deceased veterans must have met the following service requirements. They must have served at least 90 days of active military service with at least 1 day during a wartime period if they served on or before September 7, 1980. Or if they entered active duty after September 7, 1980, they must have served at least 24 months or the full period for which they were called or ordered to active duty with at least 1 day during a wartime period, and they did not receive a dishonorable discharge from service. Unremarried spouses are eligible for survivor's pension at any age. However, children of a deceased veteran applying for survivor's pension must be under 18 years old, or under 23 years old if attending a VA-approved school, or permanently incapable of self-support due to a disability before age 18. In addition, survivor's pension is based on your yearly family income, which must be less than the amount set by Congress in order to qualify. Visit www.benefits.va.gov/pension today to learn more about how VA calculates survivor's pension. Now let's discuss the Fully Developed Claim Program and using VA Form 21-534EZ. The FDC program and EZ form are useful because You learn exactly what evidence is needed to support your claim for DIC without having to wait for additional instructions after the claim is filed, and a shortened application form reduces paperwork and allows for a quicker claims decision than traditional claims processing. Before you file your claim, VA strongly encourages you to work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO, to assist you with your claim. A VSO can help you gather evidence and ensure you are submitting a completed claim. Best of all, their service is free to you. You can find an accredited VSO online by going to eBenefits at www.ebenefits.va.gov or by calling 1-800-827-1000. To learn more about how a VSO can help you with your claim, watch the Benefits of Working with a VSO to Submit an FDC video on the VBA YouTube channel. Let's take a look at the application. VA Form 21-534EZ is a shortened and simplified claims application form used in the FDC program. The first 5 pages review the claim filing notice and requirements. The last 5 contain the actual application. The FDC notice part of the form explains the general differences between the FDC and the standard claims process, in terms of how VA will assist with the claim, what you as a claimant need to do, when and how you should submit information and evidence. The first section on page 1 outlines key criteria for the program. It explains what documents you will need to submit along with your application. The supporting documents and requirements that you must submit include a copy of a veteran's death certificate unless he or she died on active duty, and if claiming survivor's pension, all necessary income and net worth information and a completed VA Form 21-2680, examination for housebound status of permanent need for regular aid and attendance, and/or a completed VA Form 21-0779, request for nursing home information in connection with claim for aid and attendance if claiming increased survivor benefits. Or, if you are claiming DIC, any service treatment records or personnel records in the custody of a reserve or guard unit, all relevant private medical treatment records, and identification of any treatment records at a federal facility. Or, if claiming DIC as the parent of a veteran, submitting all necessary income and net worth information is required. A completed VA Form 21-524 Statement of Person Claiming to have stood in relation of parent is required if you are a foster parent of the veteran. Or if claiming DIC with increased survivor benefits, submitting a completed VA Form 21-2680 and/or a completed VA Form 21-0779. Page 1 also identifies the requirements for certain claimants. If you are claiming benefits as the surviving spouse of a veteran, you must submit a copy of your marriage certificate. If claiming benefits for a child or biological adoptive parent of the veteran, submit a copy of the birth certificate or court record of adoption. If claiming benefits for a child of a veteran between 18 and 23, a completed VA Form 21-674 request for approval of school attendance should be submitted. If claiming benefits for a seriously disabled or helpless child of a veteran, then private medical treatment records related to the child's disabilities should be submitted. Page 2 explains the benefits of filing a fully developed claim. It is the fastest way to get your claim processed, and there is no risk to participate. If it is determined that your claim does not qualify for the FDC program for reasons such as insufficient evidence, it will simply be rerouted to the standard claims process. Your claim will still be processed, but not within the faster time frame. Page 2 also provides a side-by-side comparison of the FDC program and the standard claims process. When filing an FDC claim, VA will help obtain certain evidence needed for your claim. Just like the standard claims process, VA can retrieve relevant records from a federal facility such as a VA medical center if necessary for your claim. While in the standard claims process, VA will make every reasonable effort to obtain relevant records not held by a federal facility, in the FDC program, you must provide all this information when you submit your claim. This allows VA to process your claim faster. Remember, in order to qualify for the FDC program, all information and evidence must be submitted simultaneously with your claim. On the other hand, if you choose to go through the standard claims process instead, you have 1 year to submit all of your documents after the initial claim application has been received. Page 2 also explains where you should submit the application. Currently, FTC, DIC, and survivors' pension claims cannot be filed electronically on the eBenefits website. All claim applications must be either mailed or faxed to your local pension management center or delivered in person to the closest VA benefits office. Visit www.va.gov/directory to use the VA facility locator to find the benefits office closest to you, or get help by calling 1-800-827-1000. Pages 3 through 5 outline what evidence you must submit to support your claim, depending on the type of claim you are filing. Evidence tables provide clear instructions regarding required evidence for each type of claim. The evidence tables clearly state what must be submitted to support survivor's pension, DIC, reopened DIC, increased survivor benefits based on need for aid and attendance or being housebound, accrued benefits, and helpless child claims. This information helps you confirm that you are submitting all of the necessary paperwork to complete your FTC claim. Remember, failure to submit all necessary documents up front may result in your claim being rerouted from the FTC program to the standard claims process. Remember to consider using an accredited VSO to ensure your claim is complete. Page 5 also explains how VA determines the effective date of entitlement of your claim. In general, the effective date is usually when VA receives the claim application. However, if VA received the claim within 1 year of the date of a veteran's death, entitlement may be from the first day of the month in which the veteran died. This page also provides important resources about the FTC program and VA benefits, including the VA FTC webpage at www.benefits.va.gov/FTC, VA resources on benefits including www.va.gov, the VA IRIS system at iris.va.gov, which is a secure web-based messaging application for VA website visitors to communicate with VA electronically, and the number for VA's pension call center, 1-877-294-6380. If you use a telecommunications device for the deaf, TDD, please dial 711. Remember to watch Part 2 to learn about filling out the application portion of VA Form 21-534EZ.